Hello, welcome you all. Myself Deepmala Meena, Assistant Professor in Physics, Government College, Kota. In previous videos, we have discussed about center of mass and the motion and acceleration of the center of mass. Today we will discuss about the collision and also frame of reference, which are left frame and center of mass frame. Now we are going to start with collision. Before going ahead, we will discuss about center of mass frame of reference. What is this? If the origin of a certain inertial frame is placed at the center of mass of an isolated system, the center of mass with respect to that frame will always be at rest, means Vc equals to 0. That reference frame is called center of mass reference frame. And also total linear momentum of the particles of the system in C reference frame is 0 because P equals to mvc and we know Vc equals to 0, so P is equals to 0. Why this frame is called zero momentum reference frame. Now we will study about collision of particles or bodies. When two particles or bodies move towards each other, on coming close, their momentum or energy or both changes due to mutual interaction. This interaction is called collision of particles or bodies. In collision of two particles or bodies, total linear momentum always remains conserved, but in some experiments it is found that the total kinetic energy does not remain conserved. So on the basis of conservation of kinetic energy, the collisions are of two types. First, perfectly elastic collision. If in any collision, total kinetic energy of colliding particles or bodies does not change is called perfectly elastic collision. In such collisions, linear momentum and kinetic energy both remain conserved. Second है perfectly inelastic collision. When two particles after collision stick together, such type of collision known as inelastic collision. In this collision, the kinetic energy does not remain conserved and most of the kinetic energy is converted into other form of energy. Now we will discuss about the elastic collision of two particles and its study in the laboratory frame or lab frame, or we can say this is L reference frame. Let we have two particles of masses m1 and m2 moving with u1 and u2 velocity, means these are initial velocities of the particles. The particles collide each other elastically. After collision, their velocities changes to v1 and v2. v1 is the velocity of first particle and v2 is the velocity of second particle. Then we know there are two types of conservation. One is linear momentum and kinetic energy. So conservation of linear momentum says m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Means momentum before collision and momentum after collision will be equal. Similarly, conservation of kinetic energy says half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. Kinetic energy before collision equals to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. Kinetic energy after collision. Now, from the equation of conservation of linear momentum kinetic energy, we can rearrange both these equations. We can write m1 u1 minus v1 equals to m2 v2 minus u2. Similarly, m1 u1 square minus v1 square equals to m2 v2 square minus u2 square. On solving above equation, dividing equation 4 by dividing equation 3, we get u2 minus u1 equals to minus bracket v2 minus v1. What is u2 minus u1? What is v2 minus v1? u2 minus u1 is a relative velocity of second particle with respect to first particle before collision. Similarly, v2 minus v1 is a relative velocity of second particle with respect to first particle after collision. From this, it is clear that in perfectly elastic collision, the magnitude of relative velocities before and after collision remains same, but directions get reversed. Here we are getting in previous slide that u2 minus u1 equals to minus v2 minus v1, means reverse in direction. From the equation we can write v1 equals to v2 plus u2 minus u1 and v2 equals to v1 plus u1 minus u2. Now in equation m1 u1 minus v1 equals to m2 v2 minus u2, which we are having in previous slides. So putting the value of v1 in this equation, putting the value of v1, what is the value of v1? v2 plus u2 minus u1, and solving this equation we get v2 equals to 2m1 upon m1 plus m2 u1 plus m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 u2. Similarly, in this equation, by putting the value of v2 and solving this, we get v1 equals to 2m2 upon m1 plus m2 u2 plus m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2 u1. And also ratio of magnitude of relative velocity of particles before and after collision is v2 minus v1 upon u2 minus u1 equals to 1. Now from these equations of v1 and v2, we will apply some special cases. What are the cases? If m1 equals to m2, so in the equations v2 and v1, by putting m1 equals to m2, we get v2 equals to u1, which is the velocity of first particle before collision, and we get v1 equals to u2, which is the velocity of second particle before collision. Means when mass of the particles are same in head-on collision, they exchange their velocities, means they exchange maximum momentum to each other. Case second, when u2 equals to 0, means second particle is at rest before collision. Then from equation of v2, we get v2 equals to 2m1 u1 upon m1 plus m2. Because u2 equals to 0, so this term will be 0. And similarly for equation v1, by putting u2 equals to 0, this term will be 0 and we get v1 equals to m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2 u1. The fraction of kinetic energy transferred to the second particle will be half m2 v2 square upon half m1 u1 square. So we can write m2 upon m1, putting the value of v2, we get 2m1 upon m1 plus m2 whole square equals to 4m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 whole square. When m1 equals to m2, if both particles are of same mass, then we get this v1 equals to 0, because here m1 minus m2, and if m1 equals to m2, then this will be 0. So we get v1 equals to 0 and v2 equals to u1 by putting the value of m1 equals to m2. It is clear that when mass of both particles are same, the first particle will come to rest. First particle will come to rest because v1 equals to 0. This is the velocity of first particle after collision. And second particle will move with the same velocity, and this is the velocity of second particle after collision. It is moving with velocity u1. Hence, there is a total transfer of momentum and kinetic energy to the second particle. This is the case third. Now, case when m2 is very greater than m1, means second particle is heavier than first particle, and also u2 equals to 0, second particle is at rest. Then from the equations of v2 and v1, we get v2 equals to 2m1 upon m1 plus m2 u1, and v1 equals to m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2 u1. We get v1 nearly equals to minus u1 because m2 is very greater than m1, and v2 equals to 0. Similarly, if m1 is very greater than 0, m2 means first particle is heavier than second, and u2 equals to 0. Then we get v1 equals to u1 and v2 equals to 2u1. Thus we can say that when a heavier particle collides head-on collision with the lighter particle, there is a negligible change in the velocity of heavier particle. Thank you.